Whew. It's been a hell of a week. First time driving this thing in like a week. Why not do a little bit of a cold start because she hasn't been run that long. So yes, my tripod is still broken, so I can't set you guys back because it did rain, so it is a little bit wet, but we will stand out here and start the truck. I miss this damn thing. Taking this up to New York for a week vacation. The feel to be back in my Duramax feels fantastic, and knowing that I still have half a tank of fuel because I honestly didn't know what I was left with fuel. But I'm going to work for a little bit, but we're going to talk before I go to work and let you guys know what has been going on for the past week. Anyway, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, Matt or Snussycopen, whatever you guys want to freaking call me. But I have not posted in like a week, and honestly, it has been a very eventful, stressful, fun week, but I'm going to explain to you guys why I haven't posted at all this week and what is going on with the Duramax that we are sitting in right now. So over the course of the past week, I took off of work, we went up to our cabin in New York, and I got married on Saturday. So I married I'm going to say my middle school sweetheart because we have been best friends since 7th grade. And we have been together. We had baby Kinsley together. You guys all have seen videos of Kinsley being in some of these videos, and on Instagram, you guys have seen posts of Kinsley. That is our daughter, and why not better way to seal the deal than to get married? So after 2 years, we decided to finally get married, and honestly, everything that could have went wrong, but at the end of the day, the main reason for us being up there was to get married. Just to give you guys a little bit of an example, so I'm standing up waiting for the girls to walk down the aisle because we had an outdoor wedding, and we had 4 of the very large tents, and my brother, who is up from Fort Bragg, he decided to kind of intertwine all the tents together because it was super windy. Well, as we're standing there waiting for the girls to come up and start walking down the aisle, one of them lifted, and they all just started freaking going. So it was comical, but it was like, shit. I was about ready to see my wife in her dress for the first time, and I'm kind of happy that she didn't get past the brink as to where I would have saw her because we had to run up and go take care of all that stuff. That Sierra is freaking gorgeous. They both are. They're both freaking insanely gorgeous. But God only knows what they want for them. Which brings me to the main topic of today's video, and that is, what do we do with the LB7? So as you guys know, I have a 2002 LB7 GMC Sierra, which I'm not going to knock the LB7s at all. They are great trucks. I'm going to be honest with you, and I told you guys from the start that I wanted to be different. I wanted to get something that not a lot of people have, a lot of people hate. Like if I was head over heels for Ford, I would have bought a 6.0. So I like being different, but I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, I understand that this is on YouTube and anybody can know and yada, yada, yada. But I have said it in previous videos, this truck is not inspected right now. I know there's going to be a couple things that need to be done, plus obviously having the blow-by isn't a great thing. So I have considered pretty much all of my options, and I need your guys' input. I want to know what you guys want to see on the channel, and basically go from there. I love this freaking truck. If it were up to me and money purposes, once we go down to Weavertown Diesel and get our second assessment, because they focus solely on Duramaxes, once we get our second assessment done, I will decide from that point whether it is better off. But I want to hear you guys' feedback, whether we should keep the LB7 or I should look for something newer. Now, my brother has an LML, which you guys will see in the intros of pretty much the majority of the videos from here on out. But the LMLs are a little bit out of my price range unless I get like a 2011, which I believe is the first year. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe 2011 is the first year of the LMLs. So, ultimately, I would like to keep this truck. I really would. You know, there has always been big plans for this truck, and I wanted to initially do a 6 or 9 inch lift and have this thing just be a freaking tank. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter how lifted you are if your truck does not run. So that's why I kind of had some money set aside, I still do, for repairs for this motor or to trade this in and get something newer. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's lots of things that I want to do to this truck. Ultimately, I don't want it to have flares on it at all. Or if I do, I don't want the flares that are on it now. So there's a whole slew of things, and yes, I just said slew, of different things that I can do to this truck, but obviously it all depends on what the cost of repairs is going to be. Part of me wishes that I would have just forked out the money for an LBZ right out the gate. I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of the LMMs, but I prefer, if I'm going to jump, I'm going to jump high. So either get the LBZ or get the LML. So I'm stuck between the two of them, and I know a lot of you guys love LMMs and they're great trucks, but I am just going to state that I love my brother's truck and I love LBZs. So that's kind of where I sit with all of it, to be honest with you.
How can you hate the sound of a Duramax? I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
So the only downside I will say to upgrading is it might take a little bit. It might take a little bit just because I just got done dropping $22,000 on my wife's Jeep. For me to drop another $20,000, $30,000 on a newer truck might be a little bit more time consuming, so we might be without a truck on the channel for a little bit. But that doesn't mean we won't be back in another. So I guess what I'm getting to is obviously getting your guys' input and finding out the second assessment being through Weavertown Diesel. We have gotten this far on this channel. We have a Duramax, we have a 4-door Wrangler, we have 2 3rd-gen Camaros, which one of them being the Project Dale Mero, which you guys so far are loving. Which I haven't had any time to work on the Dale Mero at all recently. So, there's going to be lots of content of that. And like I said, I don't want to be without a truck on the channel, but it is a possibility. But it'll come back given time. I mean, granted, if this truck gets fixed, it's going to be out for a little bit, whether they got to do a rebuild or whatever they have to do. And that's where I guess it's all just going to roll how it rolls. But I do want your guys' honest opinion as to what I should do. I went into the diesel field not knowing nothing. I knew basically what I needed to know. I knew that the LB7s had issues. I knew that stuff was prone to go wrong. I also know that there's stuff with the LLYs, the LBZs, the LMMs, even the LMLs. There's certain things that each motor has wrong with them that you're not going to get around. It's just kind of luck of the draw, really. And I feel like until somebody physically tears this motor down and figures out what's wrong, we're not going to know if I got a bad card or not. So I guess we will have to sit back, kind of relax, and just wait it out. So I need your input, guys. Do we keep the LB7 or do we upgrade? As we wind down and get ready to get dinner, I am getting a cheeseburger sub. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Follow the Helter Skelter with the Duramax, Project Dale Mero, my wife's Jeep, and the other Camaro, the 1988 that is getting the motor from the 92. There's going to be a lot of good things coming on the channel. I am hammered down on just getting this channel up and moving again. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is freaking insane. You guys have been awesome through the support of the channel dating back to when it was just the WRX, the GTI, and Devon's Cobalt SS. And all of those cars are long gone now, but you guys have literally seen how much I've grown, how much the channel has grown, and the different vehicles we got, and honestly, it's hard to say, but quite frankly, those vehicles are better. I know some of you guys were very bummed that I got rid of the WRX, but truthfully, that's going to open the door to so many more things. Once the Dale Marrow is officially done, it will no longer be the Dale Marrow. It will be completely restored, and the motor that I opt to put into it, quite frankly, would have just blown the freaking doors off of the WRX. And the GTI, that was just fun. That was a fun little thick around boosted car. You know, it was fun, it was nice, it was lowered, and it just wasn't me. That is the best way to describe it. You know, people around here knew that it was my car, but I always wanted to be in a diesel pickup truck, and that is my thing, and I love American muscle cars. So do I have a inside heart for me for tuners and imports? Absolutely. Will there be one on the channel again someday? Absolutely. I will probably do a budget build of some type of import, but in order to do that, I need to get my truck situation figured out and the Dale Marrow complete. So like I said, if this was your first time watching a video on my channel, guys, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below. Until the next time, guys, see ya.